I have already sent in the chat session where you have the link to join the Binance through my referral code. The advantage is that you will get a fee discount whenever you are trading, right? And you benefit and I benefit as well as a referral, right? There's also, if you go to Binance directly and if you want to get put in the referral code without using my link, you can also put the referral code which I have given here at the bottom. Also, we also have a WhatsApp group if you want to join, right? There's about 30, 40 members on that. And we also have a Telegram group which has about 200 members. All of them are okay. So this is for newcomers. So those of you who are already, well aware of crypto, they will not be joining this session. It's only for the ones who are new to crypto. So that's why we have a very small number of people, because most of them in the group are able to trade. Right. So I've sent you my Instagram account if you want to follow me, and also I've sent you the WhatsApp link, right, for the group, and I've sent you the Binance link to register an account for yourself. So what I'm going to go through is some of these stuff today based on the time availability of time. Right. So blockchain technology basically is where you can, whenever a transaction is happening, it happens digitally, and this is being recorded, right, in a ledger. And then once there are a certain number of transactions, they form a block. And then what happens is that all the data in the block they use a formula, something called like a hash transaction code, right? And then the next block uses this particular earlier or previous transaction hash and puts in new data. And then the following block, or the block after that, will get the previous hash as well as the new data, and so forth. So therefore, it is very difficult for anybody to break the chain. It's not easy, because they have to go, if they do create a corrupt transaction, they will have to go all the way to the first block and do all the changes. It's not easy. So this is why it's all connected. And there are some YouTube videos I will send, so you basically understand what blockchain technology is, right? So basically, it's a chain of blocks, and the new block gets new transaction information, as long as the new transaction information with the old hash. It's like a formula created based on the old data, and it uses it in the new block. So it's a chain. So let's say if somebody tries to corrupt the block, then the latest block, right, it will reject it, because he or she has to make sure that it matches all the other blocks and with their hashes as well. So that is just sort of a summary of blockchain technology. There are various YouTube videos, with graphical user representation, and we can go into those details at some point, right? But the main idea is, once you have some conviction on cryptocurrencies, you can go to coingecko.com. I hope you can see my screen. One of you can just confirm again one more time, right? So that everybody is able to see the screen. So here what you can see is you have got, if you go to coingecko.com, or there's another website called CoinMarketCap, right? CoinMarketCap. And if you go onto this website, this has similar information as well. So let's say we pick one of the tokens. So in this case, it will be the Bitcoin, for example. You click it open, and here you can see the total market cap based on its value, right? So there is more information here as to total supply. Total supply of Bitcoins is going to be 21 million. So based on this 21 million, that will be the maximum supply as well given here, right? So there'll be no more tokens. So this is why they consider this as a scarce asset, right? Better than gold, digital gold. They call it digital gold, right? So what happens here is you can see the price. If you take the price of this Bitcoin and multiply it with the circulating supply, you will get the market cap, right? There are people trying to join, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So you will get the total market cap at the moment. And why does the circulating supply, why is it less than the 21 million, is based on, yeah, so I've admitted some new guests, right? So here you can see the circulating supply, right, is about 19 million. So with Bitcoin, what happens is every 4 years, they reduce the rewards for the guys who are mining Bitcoin, right? Miners are basically having loads of computer power with them and making sure that they take all the transactions and put into a ledger. And it's decentralized, meaning there are multiple nodes that do the same transactions. So even if one person tries to corrupt it, it will the others will reject it. So this is why it is decentralized and it is not centralized. It's not handled by a specific government or one company. So this is one of the reasons that people are going for digital currencies. Okay, so like I said, the miners, they get a reward, and that reward keeps halving every 4 years. So this is why we call the Bitcoin halving. And at the moment, they get about 6 Bitcoins per block or something, right? And this will be going down to about 3.25 or so forth every 4 years. So as you can see, the number of Bitcoins being produced is going down. So eventually, around in 2030, 2050, if you look at the circulating supply, it will reach a maximum supply of 21 million, and there'll be no more Bitcoin. So everyone is trying to get a share. But at the same time, you can see people buy and sell, and they also trade. So that's why you get high volatility in the market as well. So this is your main website to go and check a particular token. This gives you the current market cap based on circulating supply multiplied by the token price, right? And this also gives you the 24-hour trading volume. So here you can see about 14 billion is being traded, right? So this is 855 billion, close to a trillion market cap, which is a very huge market cap. And this one is fully diluted valuation, is basically if 21 million were available, then based on the multiplication here, you will get about 918 billion. Now, again, the Bitcoin price can go up, Bitcoin price can go down. So these values keep changing. So anyways, the Bitcoin is king. It is the first cryptocurrency that was made. And then we have, then after that, the problem with Bitcoin was that it was only able to do transactions, right? It wasn't able to store any data or create any, for example, applications. So then they came up with Ethereum, and here you can see the price of ETH at the moment. All of them have their own. These are basically, you can consider them as small companies, that are creating decentralized blockchains, right? And then people are buying their native tokens, and each of these chains will have their own native token. So as you can see, Ethereum would have ETH here, and the price of ETH is about 2,336 at the moment. Similarly, BNB is the native token for Binance, the BEP20 blockchain. XRP, Solana. At the moment, this is one of the fastest blockchains, and you can see the price has gone up recently a lot. But all of these tokens have taken a dip in the last whole year, say 2022, and now from 2023 they are all going up. So the idea is for you to be able to make money with this volatility, right? But of course, I must tell you that cryptocurrencies is high risk investment, right? If you do not invest it at the right time, the timing is more important. If you invest at the wrong time, you will lose a lot of money, right? So you have to invest at the right time. So I'll go through some of the ideas here today, right? And then, there are more than 200,000 tokens now, right? Everybody creates their own token, has their own specific applications, and they all create blockchain technology so that, their applications are called dApps, decentralized apps, not like the usual applications, right? And all of this comes under Web3, right? All of this comes under Web3. Admitting some new people here. Right. So all of this comes under Web3, and the Web 1 was where you could enter something, and the basic internet, right? And then Web 2 was where you can the computer interacts back with you, and then Web 3 is all the crypto and blockchain and advanced technology. Right. So all of these are great tokens. Some of them now, these top 100 tokens here, you can safely play around with them, right? Buy and sell these tokens. So here you can see all the way 1 to 100 tokens here. Obviously, you can see there are 114 pages. There's more than 10,000 tokens listed already on this website. And then every now and then there is so many tokens being made or introduced based on the team that works and comes up with it, right? Now, I'll just quickly go through this. Here you can see there is, here you can also go to the categories here. And here you can see, the currencies or the tokens are categorized based on a specific technology or specific area of application. So here you can see FTX holdings, layer ones. Layer ones are mainly the chains, the actual chains, So if you go, you see Bitcoin, Ethereum, then the next most important chain here is BNB, and then Solana. This is BEP20, Solana, Cardano, which is called ADA. So these are the sort of acronyms used for each of these tokens, right? So BTC is for Bitcoin, SOL for Solana, and so forth. So here you can see the price, you can see the price change in 1 hour, 24 hours, and the last 7 days, right? And you can see the total volume being traded and also the market cap. Here on the top, you can see the total market cap of crypto is about 1.7 trillion. So it is, I'm sure this is a good time for you. I mean, there's enough trust in the digital world, and this gives you enough sort of safety that everybody is in it. And so it's one of the latest technologies. It's like having internet in 1990s, and today everybody is using it. Here you can see the dominance of BTC is about 50%. So from this market cap of 1.7 trillion, BTC is about 50%, and all the others are the rest of the balance. Right, so that gives you an idea. Now, let's say we go into BNB, just open it up in CoinGecko, and here you can see all these details that I just said earlier on about the circulating supply, the total supply that is available, and out of which is circulating, and the maximum supply will be this, right? So again, if you go on to the charts, so here you can have a quick overview. In the last 24 hours, this is what it has done to the price. So obviously, if you bought it around 237 just in one day, you could have made about $5 each per token, and you could have got out. But I'm just giving you an idea. Do not go and try this unless you are fully sure, because you don't know which way the market is going to move, right? Unless you've experienced for about a few months, 6 months, you shouldn't be trading. You should first look and learn. I've lost a lot of money at the beginning, and then I've been able to make money and recover portions. Obviously, once you lose the money, it's gone. So then to recover, you need to put in new money. So I'm just here to make sure that people don't make the same mistakes that I have made, so that you start fresh as well, and you're not losing a lot of money. So anyway, so just quickly, this is the 24-hour chart. This is 7 days, what has happened in the last 7 days. This is what has happened. So if you bought it a week ago from 226, you would have made about $20 roughly per coin, right? Anyways, let's go to about 30 days. As you can see, this is what it has done. So it has even dropped from 260 to this. So if you bought it here, assuming that it will go up, so you would have lost money as well. So just to give you an idea, but I will give you some more information as to which indicators to use and which is more reliable to be able to trade, right? Then you can look at 90 days. I'm just using one token to give you all the information. You can do that to all the tokens. So 180 days and then 1 year. In 1 year, what has happened to this token? So here it was very high as well, right? And then you can see the maximum time since the time the tokens were minted. So here you can see if you were an early investor, see if you bought it sort of prior to 2021, right? If you bought it here, even if it went down, you would still be a big winner, right? So here the prices were all under $10, $15, and today it's more than $200. So you would have sort of 10x your money if you bought it under $10. So again, this price did go up to almost $600. And if you were smart enough and if you knew how the markets operate, you could have easily sold up here and got out of the market and then come back here and then try to buy again. But again, is it a good time to buy? I will show you how to look at these things. Okay, just give me some feedback on the chat if you can hear me clearly, if you can see the screen, and if you think the introduction was good enough, for you guys. So I'll continue. There's a lot more to show you, but just let me know give me some feedback in the chat, please. Yes. Okay, perfect. So this is basically your place to go to look at a specific token to understand its background and so forth. And you have all this information on the right-hand side, which gives you the website, the Explorer, right? So whenever you do a transaction, it like Bitcoin digitally, it's everything is available, right? So you can go to the Explorer and put your transaction. You would have an address to your wallet, right? So let's say there are two people transacting. Okay, so you are sending, person A is sending to person B, and this transaction is recorded in the ledger, and you can actually see it on in this case, the BSC scan, the Explorer, right? So if you send certain amount of tokens to this person, you can actually see the transaction, the time, and everything. So your address, you would have a wallet. Now, what is a wallet? Again, I'm assuming some of you don't have any knowledge, but if you already have the knowledge, that's brilliant. So what happens is that you get a digital wallet, right? Digital wallet is basically either it's a website or an application on your phone, and it just shows you like all the tokens you have collected, right? I can show you here on Binance.com as well, right? So here, if you go to Binance.com, right? With my referral code, if you go to the chat screen again, I'll just put it again for those who arrived late. So I'll put it here at the bottom. I've given you the link to be able to create your own Binance account with my referral code. The advantage here is that you will save some fees. Every time you transact, there is about 0.1% fees when you buy and sell, for example. And if you use my referral code, it will drop down to about 80%. So you will save about 20%, and I will also save my fees every time we transact. So try and open your account if you do with my referral code. So anyways, once you have got into this Binance account, you can also open it on your mobile phone, right? So you can even download it on your mobile phone if you can see it, right? So here, okay, it doesn't, yeah, it shows on your mobile phone. You can get, and all of these details are at the bottom where you can, the wallet details and everything here, you can check, you can trade, and all of this, you can do it on your phone as well. Right, so anyways, I'll just show it to you on the main screen. So when you come here, this is your account basically, right? And this gives you a full overview. It says fiat and spot, then margin futures trading. There's trading bots as well that trade for you by themselves. But don't get into all of these until you're fully confident. Because this crypto world, you can easily lose money if you don't know what you're doing. Yes, people do get lucky and they post a lot of profits, but not everybody is going to get lucky. Only about 1 to 10% of the people will make money, and the rest will lose money, right? So this is nothing new with, or this doesn't happen only with crypto. It happens with stocks, shares, gold, everything, right? If you're trading anything, all the financial markets, only about 10% of the people make money. Everybody else loses money, right? So here, this is fiat and spot account if you go, right? So whenever you particularly buy a token, right, it will appear here. In this case, I have one of the accounts just showing you uh, some of the tokens that I have bought. Again, I don't keep a lot of the tokens here on the exchange, right? This is okay, this is another thing. This is a centralized exchange. Just like I have given you a referral code to Binance, there's so many other accounts. There's so many other exchanges. There is Kraken, Krake, and Kraken. I'll put them down here just in case, right? On the chat. There is Kraken, for example. There is Bybit, right? There is Coinbase. Coinbase is the biggest exchange in the US. There is also Binance US. So if you are from the US, you have to use Binance US. You'll not be able to use Binance.com. Binance.com is for the global rest of the people who are not residing in the US or US nationals. Right, then Kraken, there's so many others, but Binance is the biggest centralized exchange. So it has been very safe up until now. But also you must know the CEO of Binance was recently charged for money laundering, meaning not money laundering. He was charged for not following the rules of money laundering and violating some of the protocols. So he has been charged a few $billion. He's still able to pay, and the company is going to pay, and and there's a new CEO now running Binance. But anyways, so that is that. So like I said, I also don't keep a lot of money on the exchanges. But for trading, you have to keep them, right? Here I can show you just only about 5 tokens here. Most of them are in the what do you call, in my decentralized wallet. So I use Trust Wallet. There's a decentralized wallet which is called the Trust Wallet. So there nobody can basically do anything to your tokens, right? It is yours unless you give out the passcode or the phrase. Nobody can do anything, right? So here you can see roughly there's about 789 USDTs. Now USDT is called US dollar tether. This is basically equivalent to 1 USD. It's pegged to, and this is called a stable coin. Right, so if you go to the categories here on CoinMarketCap, on CoinGecko, here you can see under the categories, you will see layer ones. These are the blockchains. These are various different smart contract platforms. Smart contract means basically automated stuff. Basically, you say that if a person sends this much money, give him this much balance, etc., etc. If you code it, it's called a smart contract in the crypto world, right? Smart contract is basically a condition-based outcome. Right. So anyway, stable coins, you will see many different stable coins, and USDT being at the top. Right. Then we have USDC and so many other tokens as well. Okay, so now if you come back to your spot account, right here, if you want to buy something, you just go to your spot account right here. And then if you want to trade, right? So let's say you go to trade and you go to your spot account here. From trade, you go to spot. There's other types of trading, which is margin and futures. We can do it at another days at a different level. So for the time being, you go to your spot account. I would suggest you register an account. Just, they may ask you for your name, your email ID, your passport copy or whatever, or driver's license, and they may ask you for a picture of your face. So one thing is that if you do any corruption on the platform, you will never be able to join. So no tips and tricks. You can do that in the P2P area, not in the basic spot where you're buying and selling. You can't do any corruption, right? Because it's all automated. But in P2P, when you're transferring tokens, some people, they basically get your tokens, don't pay you, and things like that. So all of that is basically, there is a lot of safety there, but we'll keep that for another day. So anyways, once you come here to the token, here you can select any token on the right hand side. For example, 1 inch. Here you can select all the pairs. With which pair do you want the price to? So with USDT, for example. So here all of these token prices are based on USDT. Here, if you say BTC, all of these tokens are based on BTC prices. So here you can see they are in decimals. So because BTC is very highly priced at the moment, it's about 44,000 US dollars. So here you can see all these tokens. Some of them are obviously very low in value. Does not mean that, if they are low in value, you should be aping into them and buying them, assuming that, they will go up. They may never go up if nobody buys them, right? So anyways, once you come here to your spot account or the trading platform, here you can see on the left hand side, here you can see all the buyers placing their orders and the sellers placing their sell orders here, right? So you can see the buyers in the green placing their orders and sellers putting in their orders, right? Um, okay, I have placed some sell orders here. As you can see, when the price automatically hits this, for example, this flow is a token, algo is a token. If it hits $1.2, it will sell, because I bought it at a very low price, say under half cents, right? Under $0.50, sorry. Algo again here, I bought it at a low price. So if it hits 0.28, it will sell for me. It will sell depending on how much quantity I have put in. Maybe it will sell all, maybe it will sell 50%, depending on what you set to, right? So anyways, here, if you look, here it shows on the spot side, I have about 789 US dollars, because you're buying it in USD. And then once you buy it, it will appear here. Right. So, okay, how do we buy, right? Now, what is this? These are basically, this is a candlestick chart, right? Some of you who have already traded crypto, or sorry, or any other sort of stocks would have an idea of these candlestick charts. What is this? Is basically each candle represents a specific time frame that you choose here. So if you choose 4 hours, it will show you each candle which is 4 hours, right? And if you select 1 week, then each candle is a week. That means it takes 1 week to print this candle. It's going to take very long time. And then obviously, if you go to 15 minutes, for example, so it will show you a candle, each of them for 15 minutes. So you can see in the last 15 minutes, the price has been going up from 43,600 to roughly 43,700, right? And if you see it on a daily candle, you can see that the price has been continuously going up from 27K in the last 3 months or so. Okay, now, is this a good time to buy? Again, we will look into some indicators to give you an idea. Nobody can predict the market, but you can be, if you are a smart trader, you can buy at the right time and sell when you have made enough profits. Okay, so if you look at each of these candles, like I said, it has a body and it has a wick. We will take this particular candle right here. So it has a body and it has 2 wicks, one at the bottom, one at the top. So what does this mean? That the price started at the this starting of the body is called the opening price, closing of the body is called the closing price, closing, right? So for that day. So price started here. The wick is basically the price did fluctuate during the day. It can fluctuate throughout that at the top of the wick till the bottom of the wick. And then eventually it closes here at midnight and then a new candle forms, right? And then again, the same thing happens. So here you can see the price has gone down for that particular day. Now, as you can see, Binance has its own charting, and it has its volume indicators, for example, here and so forth. But it is not the best charting software. So I'll introduce you to another software. So first I went to CoinGecko and showed you how you can do your fundamental research. This is called fundamental research, or fundamental analysis, where you learn about the token itself. Then Binance is the platform where you will be buying and selling or trading, or you can sign up to any other exchanges that is good for you based on your location and country of residence, right? Uh, Again, if you want a charting software, you go on to TradingView. right? This is the best charting software in the world, at the moment, at least. This is I'm using a free trial. You can use free version. There's no problem, but it just gives you limited features. It is enough for me at the moment for last few years. At one point, I was trying to buy it, but I didn't bother paying them, right? So anyways, if here it shows you charts for all, basically it's not only for crypto, all the currencies. You can see stocks, US stocks, bonds, other commodities, and so forth. So anyways, you go to tradingview.com and then just say you pull up the full view of the charts. And this is one of the best charting softwares where, you can put up indicators that you want. So again, like I said, a weekly candle would mean each of these candles, takes a week to print, right? So here you can see at this particular candle, right? It started here, went up, wicked a little bit, wicked down. Eventually, it went all the way here as well during that week, and then price closed here. So green candles are basically denoting that the price did go up. The red ones denote the price went down. So with the red ones, they start at the top, and they close at the bottom. The green ones, they start at the bottom and close at the top. The same thing. So the next week, what happens is that here you can see the dates as well. It's 24th January here underneath, and then 31st January, right? So okay, how do you decide to buy and sell? Um, when is the right time to buy and when is the right time to sell? Okay, if you don't know about all of this now, if you look at a 4-hour chart, you may feel that, okay, the price is going up. Should I buy? Obviously, the idea is to buy low and sell high, right? If you're working with spot only. If you're working with futures or leverage, you can even short. That means you can even go down. You can take advantage of the drop, and you can take advantage of the price going up as well. But we are not talking about futures today. We'll go on spot, where you just buy, for example, at the bottom and you sell at the top. Now, this is where you choose the token. So this is the S&P 500. So this is the 500 top companies in the US. So this is nothing to do with crypto. Here you can see, for example, BTC, USD. So you will find many charts from different exchanges, right? So Binance, Coinbase, Bitstamp, Bitfinex, Kraken, as I said, so different exchanges, but all of them will have sort of the same price, maybe a few dollars here and there. There's no real opportunity to arbitrage. Arbitrage is where you buy it at low and sell it at high in a different exchange. There's no chance really. It used to be in the past, but now everybody is, sort of talking to each exchanges are talking to each other, and they have this, common price all around. Anyway, so here you can see, if you go to the BTC USD, here you can see it's a 4-hour. I've made various different support and resistance lines. And if I look at the weekly chart, here you can see this is what has happened to Bitcoin since around 2011, right? So you can see the Bitcoin price has gone up, come down, gone up, come down, then gone all the way up, up again, down again. It's here now. So how do you know whether it's the right time to buy? Obviously, people don't show you this. If you go online and you follow YouTube, they generally talk about 4-hour time charts, right? They make a few lines and they tell you, okay, now there is a chance that, it's going to break this particular level and come down here. Or if it was here, they will say, it can fall down or it go up. So they keep telling you based on 4-hour, and that is basically, it's high risk when you're trading 4 hours and dailies. It's very difficult to make money because, if you look at the bigger picture and you have a long-term view, that's when you actually make life-changing money, right? Life-changing money is made in the long term. If you are trading daily every day, you will make a few good trades, you'll make money, and then you will make a bad trade, lose all that money. So it's very difficult to retain profits. I've done it for many, many years. I've made a lot of money. Within a month, I've made about 10, 20, $30,000. I profited, and then obviously that's with daily trading, and then again you lose that money again if you make lots of bad moves. Because if I tell you, look here, this is the measuring tool, for example, here Bitcoin went from here to here, so here up until here, so it has gone up to about, as you can see, 17% upwards, right? Has gone up by $6,374, 16.8% in the brackets, right? And if you take a leverage, if you do 10x leverage, you could also have 160% profits. But again, 10x leverage will kill your margin as well very quickly, right? So at the same time, if you were trading somewhere here, let's say, assuming it was going up, and then if from here, let's say you bought it here, and then it came down here. So you can see 17% loss downwards. And let's say you invested about $10,000, right? You will see $8,000 in your wallet, let's say 20% down. So some of these people will panic and sell if they bought at the wrong time. So timing is the most important thing for anything, right? So I would recommend, if you want to trade, you always look at weekly and monthly charts. They are the most boring, but that's where you make life-changing money, right? So now if you look at this, see weekly chart, you can see what has happened to, okay, I will choose another chart so that the index one, right? So there's no lines or anything, right? So here you can see, if you bought crypto, if you bought Bitcoin somewhere here, I'm just talking about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is king. Let's say you bought somewhere here. This was really in, $28, and it went to $1,000. So you can imagine how much of profits you would have made. Again, if it did come down, if you purchased at around $300, you would still be a winner and you would have made profits here. It went to $18,000, right? But if you there were people who bought here, sold here, right? Let's say they bought here at $600, they sold at about $5,000, made fantastic profits. Now, after some time, they saw that the Bitcoin price went so high. So then they think, okay, if you're not sure, if you're new, you will think, okay, let me buy again here around $10,000 and sell it much higher. So what happens is that you bought for $10,000, right? Say somewhere around here, around $11,000, say, and then it came down to 70% down, 60% down. So all the way down to $3,500. So you would have lost 70% of your investment. So how much should you invest in crypto? You should try and invest about 1 to 5% of your net worth, right? So if you are a owner of assets and property and all of that, and if you are for example, if you have $1 million of net worth, so you shouldn't be investing more than $10,000 in spot, right? This is just a guidance for 1%, right? And then if it is 5%, you shouldn't be investing more than $50,000, so that if you do lose your money, that's not the end of the world for you. So first is that obviously how much should you invest is roughly between 1 to 5%. 1% if you're really new. Once you fully understand the game, then maybe you can go up to about 5% of your net worth. So if your net worth is about $100,000, right? So you shouldn't be investing more than $1,000 to $5,000. Right? $5,000 would be 5%. That's the amount you should invest roughly and hold for the price to go up. Okay, that is one. Second thing is, when do you buy it? So you should buy when it's low. Okay, it's very easy to say when you look at the full chart, right? You will see loads of influencers showing you, oh, you should have bought it here and sold it here. It's very easy. Yeah, it's very easy to say once it has happened. But before now, if you ask anybody what's going to happen here, is it going to go up from here, from today? Is it going to go up here and hit new all-time highs? All-time high means 80. People use the word ATH, all-time highs. So this created an all-time high of 68,785, or close to 69,000, right, per Bitcoin. Now, nobody is able to tell you that it is going to go up to 90K or 100K, or is it going to come down? So for this, we use indicators, right? So there are very basic indicators, which are like moving averages. There is RSI and so forth. It's called relative strength index. And there is MACD, the divergence indicator, and so forth. But one of my favorite indicators that I use are the two indicators that I've put here, right? Obviously, it has come after many years of research and using all these indicators, being able to make money and lose money and so forth. So anyways, this is your time frames. This is your charts and your price action. this is where you have all these features where you can use to draw. For example, if I select this, I can actually draw a trend line, just making sure that, for example, price went up. When it breaks here, I know that its price is going to go down, for example, right? Similarly, I can delete that now. And then there are other uh, uh, sort of, for example, here you can click here and it will actually show you the price and so forth. So these are other. Uh, then there is a rectangle here, for example. Here, if you can see, you can select sort of a major area that you are looking at. So whenever price comes here, you know that it is sort of time to buy. Right. So again, you have to do all this analysis, or you actually are following a specific influencer or an expert. But again, people make mistakes. Right. So if the price comes here, obviously I'd be buying, but I don't think it will come very easily. Right. And the other thing is that there's something called DCA, where you dollar cost average. So for example, let's say you bought here and the price is going down. So like I said, when the price goes down, your money is gone basically if you sell. If you don't sell and if you have patience, then maybe price will go up again, but it may go up, it may never go up. Again, from here, you can see this was in December 2017, and all the way to, cross this price again, it took around November 20. So that's about 3 years it took. So if you invested here at the wrong time, you would have to wait 3 years for the price to break your buying price upwards, right? So you would be stuck for 3 years. Now, people say, oh, why don't I invest in gold? I'll quickly just show you. The people say gold always keeps going up. It's not true. If you look at the price of gold, look here, right? If you bought gold here around October 2012, the date is at the bottom in black, right? Price went down and it went up here in year 20, around year 20. So from 2012 to 2020, for 8 years, you would have made no money. So if you bought gold in 2012, you would be a loser, basically, right? So this is exactly what happens to you know all markets. So it does. But yes, if you bought somewhere here, gold was going up for many years, people thought it will continue to go up, but no, it went down. And then obviously people took advantage of this trend line. Many people bought here in the years 2015 to 16, and today they are profitable. So here you can see gold did go up, right? And it didn't sustain. So this is kind of a trend line that I have drawn to show that this was an all-time high. So it hit 3 times, unable to break. Once it did break and then came back down. But there is a good chance that it will come up and then continue to go up as well, right? So like I told you, even gold, there is no guarantee that it will go up. But if you speak to your parents and grandparents, they will always say, no, gold always goes up. Yes, historically, it has always been going up, but depends on at what time you bought, right? Again, let's go back to the BTC chart. So I'm back at the index here. So here you can see, okay, so now I put in some indicators, right? So if you put, for example, 2-hour chart, it doesn't give you a lot of information. Maybe you buy here, you sell here, it's high risk. So people who are trading daily, they take a lot of risk, and they, for example, if they are investing $10,000, they take about $1,000 and then they trade on a daily basis, right? They make money, lose money, make money. Once you're good at it, maybe you will make money, on average every month or so forth. So, but it is a lot of stress if you're doing day trading, a lot of stress and a lot of chances of losing your money. And once you lose money, you put in more money and so forth. Okay, so here I have this indicator. So here you can choose which kind of candles you can use. Here you can even choose, for example, the line chart. So it will give you only lines. It sort of gives you an average value. It doesn't give you the real price action. So here you have the candles as I spoke about earlier. So each one of them here at the moment is a 2-hour candle. So now let's go to 3-month candles. So here you can see what has happened to Bitcoin every 3 months, right? Okay, now when should you buy? So you can use indicators from here. If you go to the top here it says indicators, metrics, and strategies. So here there are many basic indicators. Now this software will allow you up to about 2 indicators. Once you pay, it will allow you more indicators, right? So the indicators that I like at the moment is this CM. If you write down CM underscore Williams, sorry, CM underscore ultimate MA MTF V2 by Chris Moody. So this indicator is created by different people. This is called the Pine editor, where you can actually code your own indicator, right? As well, here you can see the Pine indicator. You can create your own indicator if you want. But anyways, let's use these indicators designed by the experts. So CM, here you see this one. I've already got this one here, you can see. Once you go, you can get into the settings and all of that, but I'll just give you a brief idea. See, now if I switch this on, I've switched it off, so I show it now. So here you can see this indicator, the weekly indicator, gives you a good idea. This is a 3-month candle. If I go to a weekly, so it gives you a good idea when to buy and sell. For example, here you can see when it was started becoming green, you could buy it and wait. So that was around September 23. And then now it is December 23. So that's about 3 months, right? You'll have to wait for 3 months, but many people don't have the patience. So if you bought it here when it was becoming green, you could have sold it here, right? But it is not easy. Like I said, again, if you sold it here, once it became red, you were on the sideline waiting for it to be green. If you took it here and maybe it shows you again sort of a red here a little bit, and again green, and then red again. So if once you see red, maybe you can sell it here, right? And then, because if you don't watch and if you just assume that it's green now, so it'll keep going up, that's not going to work. You'll have to see. But if you're working on a weekly chart, you can have a look every other day or every week to see what has happened to your money, basically, right? So this again, once it was green here, maybe you could have bought then, but you would have suffered here, meaning it was going sideways, right? So you should have some patience. And once it became green here, maybe you could buy, then wait. When it comes red, if you want, you can sell it. Or if it's a small red here, not going much down, you can still wait. And again, because I know the price is up here, I can easily say you could have waited. But when you are trading now here, nobody can say anything unless it becomes red. If it becomes red here, you could, if you already had purchased, then you could sell and wait until it becomes green again. So you can easily make profits. It's not that bad as well. Here you can see, for example, see if you bought somewhere here when it became red, green, and then sold it when it became red here. So that increase you can see by $6,600. It went up from 17,000. On the right hand side, you can see the blue values, right? 17,012 to 23,000. That's about $6,000. And it went up by about 38%. So if you invested about $10,000, you would have made $3,800 of profit from December to February in that 2-3 months, right? Similarly, again, if you purchased it somewhere here when it was green here, and you sold it when it became red, again 22%, right? Same thing if you bought somewhere here, you can make that about 33-40% roughly, right? If you bought it here, you could have sold it here 60% today, roughly. Okay, so that's one of the indicators, fantastic indicator that I like. It changes color as well. There are so many other moving averages that would have the same color. So if I go onto the settings, for example, right, and if I change color by direction, if I click it, then it will show me only one. So it doesn't tell me when to buy and sell. So this is how most of the indicators would look, moving averages. But I like this one where it has option to change the color based on the direction, based on the momentum. This is one of the top indicators. Nobody is going to give you all this information for free, right? I try to help everybody to make some money. Anyways, that is one of the best indicators that I like. And the other one is called the Williams alligator. Right, Williams was one of the top traders many decades ago. He created his own indicator called Williams alligator. I'll switch this off for the time being. I'll switch this on. So here there are three sort of averages, right? Here you can see when the price is going. Now again, you have taken a weekly time frame. I have chosen is weekly. right? So it's very sort of distinguishable only with higher time frames. If you go with very low time frames, you will not be able to identify. So let me show you. Let's say we go to a 30-minute chart, right? See, now here it's very difficult to know, but again, I have the setting of this for 1 week, so I can make it by the chart. So here, for example, it will change based on the chart time frame. But I always make sure one of the alligator is set to a week. So even if I chose a smaller time frame, right, it will show me the weekly alligator. So anyway, so now here you can see right now it is showing me the 30-minute alligator and the 30-minute ultimate moving average, right? If I switched it on, both of them are switched on right now, right? And I'm switching it off. So anyways, you can see the alligator here is showing me that the price is coming down. So the green, red, and the blue is on the right hand side. The price is below it. So the chances are it will hit as like that as a resistance and will come down. But because it is a 30-minute indicator, it can easily fail to give the correct information. Similarly, people trade with 5 minutes and 15 minutes to make quick money, but they lose a lot of money as well, right? Let's say I was assuming that the indicator is showing me the price is below these three now, below the green, red, and blue. So should I sell? If you try to sell it here, then price would have gone up here, for example, right? Here as well, when you think that the price is on the left-hand side above the green, red, and blue, so you can buy here, it will go up and you can sell it here. But 30-minute and all of this is high risk. So if you go to a weekly chart, right, so it gives you all the information, right, very clearly. And here you can see when the price comes above. So now, what do I think? Okay, now I showed you the indicator, I showed you the past information. It's very easy when things have happened. Anybody can say, oh, you could have bought it here and sold it here. That's because these indicators are lagging indicators. They give you information later after the price action because they are based on their calculations based or formulas based on the price action at the moment. So it gives information later. So almost things would have happened when by the time the indicator gives you the information. So all indicators are lagging indicators. There are a few leading indicators, but they are again based on some prediction models, and they may not be necessarily accurate. Right. So if you, let's say, okay, now what can I say about the future? This is the most important. This is where you make the money, right? So, okay, what can you say about this guy, right? So now I wouldn't buy here at the moment. I would wait for a small retracement, right? And if it remains, so let's say it's just like this one. It went up, came down, and then tries to bounce up again. Then I will have some confidence to buy because this is a weekly chart and this indicator is showing you weekly information. So that is much, much stronger, much more valid, right? Confluence with other data. So you can trust it, right? So again, this is too high. So there's a possibility that it will retrace a little bit. And if it stays above these green, red, and blue, there's a chance that you can buy and then it can continue to go up. Now, this phase is called the bull run, right? People talk about the bull run, meaning, the price is going up. This whole phase is called the bear market or the bear run, right? Bears and bulls is a fight. Basically, what is prices? Basically, depending on how many people are buying and selling. More people buy, price goes up. More people sell, price comes down. So people who bought here would have sold here, right? And when new people buy here, they are stuck. Price is not going up. They get scared. They sell. Everybody keeps selling, right? Fear of the market, and then the price keeps coming down. And again, now the smart money knows that now, for example, based on their indicators, so now I would know, okay, now this is trying to almost straighten here. The price is trying to straighten, trying to cross my alligator upwards. So I can actually start purchasing here. Again, you should be purchasing, it's called DCA, dollar cost averaging. So if you want to invest $10,000, you don't invest all $10,000. Even though your indicator is showing that there's a chance that it's going up, you buy for about $3,000 and you wait. If the price goes up, you're laughing, you're making money. If the price goes down, let's say from here it still came down here, then you buy for another 3,000, you buy another 3,000. But if the price doesn't come here, yes, you would have lost the opportunity to buy or full amount. But if you invest that full amount and then it came down, then you would be stuck here for many, many months or years to come. So, like I said, money can be made every few years. People online will tell you that you can make money every day. It's very difficult to make money every day. It's possible. I've made a lot of money. I've made thousands of dollars in a single day and lost it the next day as well. So I don't recommend anybody to trade every day. It's a waste of time, a lot of stress. Try and trade weekly, monthly, right? When I say weekly, look at weekly charts, but you're trading monthly. Right now, here I can go to the daily time frame, right? And also the daily time frame shows the alligator going up and down, but I can set the alligator to show me the weekly time frame. The alligator will be set to weekly, but the price action is daily. So see, you can see it tells me if I was buying here and expecting it to go up, I'd be a fool, because I know the indicator is coming, showing me the trend is downwards, and I should never buy here. So, okay, now when it crossed up here, I know I can buy. Again, this is a bit too high to buy. You can wait for a retracement to buy here. Okay, now that is just BTC. Okay, now you can also buy much more cheaper, smaller coins. Like say, uh, I recommended about 10 different coins about 1 or 2 weeks ago in my Telegram group, and all of them are up about 20, 30. Some of them went up 50%. I can show you some of my trades as well. Okay, I'll show you what I did for BTC, for example, Poles recently. So Poles USDT is one of the tokens. So here you can see this is the daily thing. It doesn't show my trades. Yeah, basically this one doesn't show my trades, but if I go to the historical trade history, so from there in the last 1 month, for example, here you can see I have bought poles, for example. Here you can see I sold them at $0.8, right? I sold this much poles, and if you see, I bought it at a very low price. I bought poles here. You can see I bought at 0.36, right? I bought it at 0.36. Around 1,300 poles around here for about, I think, $500 or so. And then I was able to double the money and sell the poles here, right, at 0.8. So here you can see all this 750, 10. This is about close to about $1,500 of sale. Right, so this is just to give you an example, but I did I do make calls every now and then when I feel because giving calls is also not easy, especially when people are relying on your calls. Okay, let's give you an idea of the polls. For example, polls USDT. Here you can see on Binance. So here you can see I bought it around 0.3 somewhere here, and I sold it at 0.8. So I knew when to get out. So now it has already dropped. So if I waited, being more greedy, I would have lost. So now I don't care whether it goes down or up. If it does come down, maybe I will buy a little bit here and keep it for long term. Right? But you can see all the other coins, we call them altcoins, right? So if you go to this, and if you go to coin market cap, BTC is this, and all of these coins are called altcoins, right? So here you can see Polkadot, the dot that I was talking about, is in the top 100 coins, right? Chainlink, for example, the acronym is Link. Similarly, Cardano, ADA. Now, ADA, I have been, again, ADA also, I think I sold half of it. So if I show you ADA, I did sell ADA as well. You can see I sold ADA at 0.59, right? And I bought ADA at, ADA is Cardano. So here you can see I bought ADA at 0.37, roughly doubled my money as well. Again, I bought it for about $1,000. I sold only half of it, for example. So again, when to buy is very important. So like I said, see now, whenever Bitcoin goes down, all of these coins fall terribly, badly, right? So you have to be super careful. But if you look at this chart and look at this, the way I was so confident to buy around these prices around here, because I knew this has already died and there was a good chance that it will go up. And this is in the top 100 coins, right? Top 10, top 20 coins. You can easily trade them. When I say top 20 coins by market cap, how much of money has been invested. This is about 856 billion. If you look at DOT, it's about 9 billion, right? So 9 billion US dollars has been invested in Polkadot. So that gives you the confidence. So usually top 20 coins is very safe. You will not make many gains with top 20 coins. Like Bitcoin is the lowest you can make. All the others you can make much more. But if you went to say the 1,000th coin, the chances of 10xing or 20xing is very, very high. But at the same time, losing all your money and it never comes up also happens, right? So I'll show you, for example, Polkadot, right? So now my indicator gave me a good idea of, when it crosses this green, red, and blue, I know it's a good, if I bought it here, it crosses here, I can buy it here, but I would have lost it, obviously. Now I wouldn't know whether to buy. So like I said, you DCA. So if you bought here, assuming that it was crossed and you made a mistake, but it's still a good judgment here. I would say 0.59, you bought it, and you DCA. You bought for $3,000, buy again for $3,000, buy again for $3,000. And then now the price would have gone up. So again, you don't DCA every day or every week. You DCA only when it drops about 20, 30% or 50%. You wait for 50% drops. For example, you bought at 0.6 here. Price came down to around 0.3. You should buy the next chunk. Then wait until it comes to 0.15. If it never comes, no problem. You're doing already well. So you bought some at 0.6, some at 0.3. Your average price is 0.5, and today you would already be at profits because it's 0.68. So this is just to give you an idea in one of the tokens, right? Now again, ADA as well. ADA is Cardano, ADA USDT. So here as well, see again, all of these charts I have for many months and years. I have these supports. So this is my support rectangles that I've drawn, making sure that if it does come here, I could buy. So I could have easily got in at one of these stages. As you saw, I got in at around 0.28 or something and sold it at 0.6 or whatever. And it is still possibly that it can go up, but I don't care anymore. If it comes down, maybe I'll buy. But as long as it is above my indicator, then I am confident to buy. And as you can see, if you bought it here, it was above your indicator, above my. This is one of the top indicators that I love. Nobody talks about it. You will see, no, they don't even tell you much about these very interesting indicators. They'll just talk about the basic ones, which is RSI, MACD, the moving averages, basic ones. So here you can see it was continuously above my indicator. So now when it crossed here, you could easily sell and then wait until it tries to cross the indicator again. So then if you bought here, you would still have not lost much money, but you were waiting for this long sideways movement from February 23 to November 23, around 8 to 9 months. But people would be saying you are one of the biggest fools to buy it here. No, you have the last laugh to basically buy it here and eventually sell it up here. Again, like I said, if you bought it here, you don't even have to sell it here. You can wait, it comes down. Price don't never go up in the straight line. Goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, and then eventually it will easily hit, around 0.8 or 0.1, 0.17 easily. It can even go all the way to the new all-time highs closer to around $2, $3. But it is up to you. Again, there's nothing guaranteed. Don't jump and ape today saying that, okay, I said that it will go here. So because it depends on your capacity. Some of the people, when they buy here, when it comes down here, imagine it, you bought it here at 0.58. It comes to around this price, 38% loss. So $10,000 invested, you are seeing only $6,000 on your wallet. You will get fed up and you may sell it. So we call them weak hands, and you will sell it and you will be depressed. You will say, this is the worst investment I've ever made. in my life, right? And you'll never see crypto again or any financial market for that matter. So this is why it is very important to make sure you buy at the right time. So like I said, if I switch this particular one off and use my other indicator, right, I can change a little bit of the settings here. There's, I'm not going to tell you why I'm doing all of these because this is based on experience. So here you can see now I can see a very interesting sort of, and especially if I go to a weekly chart, it has continuously showed me red. So, even if you follow this one indicator, once it becomes red, you don't buy, you sell basically. Then if it becomes green here, you could have bought, and maybe it's like a false signal, but still, like I said, you have to DCA as well. This is called risk management or portfolio management. So even if you bought here, you don't put all your investments in one go. You DCA, dollar cost average, right? So let's say you bought some here because it turned green, and then it went up. Maybe you didn't sell. You were waiting for higher gains, but it did come down again. When it comes red, you buy again here, buy again here. When it green again, you leave it. And if you want, you can, again, when you're selling, you sell a portion. If you want to sell everything, you can sell here, get out if you're happy. But for example, you can sell 30% or 50% and then wait and sell a lot more here if you want. But let's say you bought something here, it doubled, and you sold half of it. So you got your initial investment out, and then now you leave the token. So when they go up in few years, maybe you will sell it. Now, these token that is half a cent can maybe $5. But you have to have the capacity to hold this for a few years, say. There's a high chance that it will hit $3, $4 in the next 1 or 2 years or 6 months, or it may not as well. But as long as you have got out of the market with your money, all the other 50%, let's say you bought 1,000 ADA tokens for half a cent, right? Sorry, half a dollar, sorry, 50 cents, right? 1,000 tokens. That's $500 of investment. When they become $1, for example, you sell half of it. The 1,000 tokens, you sold 500, you got your $1,000 that you invested, you leave it aside. Now you have 500 more tokens that is at $1 at the moment, but you leave it. Whenever it becomes $3 or $4, you sell it. So, however, these altcoins have high volatility. So as you can see, the price, people who bought here got killed basically, right? Similarly, the volatility in high market cap coins is less. If you look at BTC, the volatility is much less than the altcoins. So altcoins, when they fall, they kill you basically, right? So at the same time, when they go up, if Bitcoin goes, let's say Bitcoin has gone up, whatever the percentage here, Bitcoin has gone up about 187%. So you would have doubled your money in the last 6 months, basically tripled your money. If you put in $10,000 today, you would have about $30,000, right? Now, you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. You can buy a very little small portion, right? So again, how do you buy is basically coming back to Binance, right? Let's say I want to buy polls, for example, let's say. So here, the buyers and sellers are here. If I want to buy it instantly, I can just click on market and I put how much I want to buy, let's say for $10, for example, right? So I have about close to $800 here. I want to buy for $10 at the market price. So at the current price, it will buy, right? So at the moment, you can see it is not showing any polls in my account. Here it shows 0. And if I buy, right, at the market price, right, for $10, the market price at the moment is about, say, 0.6 or whatever it is, right? Here the market price is 0.68. So I buy it. I don't have to do anything, just click the button, it will buy it. As you can see at the market price, I got 14 polls here, right? And now that is worth about $9.9 after the fees that was deducted, about $0.1 or whatever has gone for the fees. Again, let's say the price is high now, so I can select all my polls here, 14.1 polls, right? Market has been selected, so all my polls will be sold. So here you can see I had $789, it is $779, and when I sell again, I got 788.9. So I've lost a few cents because of the fees and the price fluctuation that I didn't bother, just to show you an example. But let's say you are smart and you want to go for limit orders. So then you can select that, okay, 0.3, when it comes, I want to buy, for example, 100 poles for $30. I'm just giving you a small example. And I click this buy, right? So pole is not 0.3 at the moment. So it will place an order here under open orders. So whenever pole hits 0.3, it will buy. You can place these orders and leave it. Whenever it hits automatically, it will buy. And by the time you see it, maybe it will even profit. It comes, hits, and goes up, the price action. And then if you, by the time you look, you would have already made a lot of money. It depends, right? Now, if you have set at the right price. So again, if I don't want it, I will delete these orders. So some of these orders that I've placed here. So now again, all of this is on the centralized exchange. If you want to go decentralized, again, I don't use this particular wallet. I use something called the trust wallet. So once I buy from here, I send all the tokens to the decentralized wallet. So if you want, right, you can go to the spot wallet and send all your tokens away. So you go to the spot here, right? And let's say I want to, I can withdraw these as well if I want to my wallet. So see withdraw, you click on withdraw. It will go as tokens, just like you're withdrawing money. You put in the address here, right? The address should come from the other account, right? So I can show it to you here. So for example, one of the wallets that I have is this, right? So this is where I keep some of the, as you can see, right? So here you can click on the particular token and click on receive, and then you can get the address, copy it and paste it here. You should select the right network, whichever network it is. You choose the wrong network, you will lose everything. So all of this, you should do it very carefully, but just to give you an idea, then it will go to your wallets. You can keep your tokens there very safely, right? And then bring it back to the exchange. But obviously you lose money, fees when you're sending and receiving, but you do it for safety if you wish, right? So here you can send the tokens there. So I think I have covered most of the stuff that I wanted to say, right? How to buy and sell, when to buy and sell, use the indicators. I showed you the charts. I spoke about the centralized exchange, SEX versus DEX, decentralized exchanges. What is futures trading? I think it will be too much for most of you. And then there is something else about this here. You can actually check on the charting software. You can actually check BTC.D, for example, BTC.D. It will give you the dominance. So we saw Bitcoin was about 50% dominance earlier. Here we saw 50.2. This gives you the exact dominance of 53%. So here you can see what is happening to the Bitcoin dominance, meaning Bitcoin is 50% of the overall 1.7 trillion market, right? So now you can see the dominance has come down and then it goes up. Chances of Bitcoin going up here, if the dominance goes up, then the price will also go up. Okay, the other thing is, like, let's say you look at the total market cap. So you write down total here. This is the total crypto market cap. You can see it is about 1.6 trillion. This is the information here, right? So you can see the total market. So all of these also can be looked at with indicators, or you don't even need the indicator, right? If you don't want to see it. Right, I can switch off the indicator. So this just shows you how much the market is at the moment. Okay, another important thing is total 2. Total 2 basically gives you all the other coins excluding BTC. You can have a look at total 2 and you can see it's about 730 billion for the rest of the altcoins, right? And you can see total 3. Total 3 is excluding Bitcoin and ETH, because Bitcoin is the first coin and ETH is the second. So the market cap is very high of those two. You can even see the rest of these small ones, which is around 456 billion. Right. So now you can see I've already made some charting, sort of lines, my support and resistance lines, to give me an idea that, okay, if it hits here, I know the altcoin market is going to pump. All the small coins are going to pump, basically. Right. So also, if I'll show you how to, one last thing is that if you go to BTC USD, just show the index. You can do this for every single coin, right? For example, here, weekly chart, if you want to go for a 4-hour chart, although I don't recommend trading on 4-hour charts, there are patterns that crypto follows, because based on everybody is drawing lines and making sure there is a pattern. That's why the market follows a pattern. It's not that by magic it is following a specific pattern, right? So let's say this was my sort of trend line, right? So if you look, it is quite high. There's a high possibility that this will come here to about 40K and then go up. So if you want, you can wait until it comes here and purchase, but you should have purchased it all a long time ago anyway. And if it breaks this line, then there's a chance that it will come down as well. Okay, another way I'll show you is that how do people know that, they also draw trend lines to see this is like a trend line here. This is like a trend here that is going up. And this is sort of an idea that, this is called like a bull flag, or right, where it basically, you can see that it was within these two levels. Nothing is accurate. You don't draw very straight lines, meaning touching all the points is not possible. Here you can see it touched a few and bounced off. And then, when it goes up, then you know that it's going to fly. If you were a trader, you could trade, buy here and sell here if you wish. Again, like I said, day trading is very high risk. Again, if you go for a daily chart, see if you look at the daily chart, and if I see this is the next support, I think, right? So there's a high chance that Bitcoin will, from 43, it will come down to about 32K, and it's a good chance or good time to buy, and then it goes up all the way to 60 or whatever. But if it does fall from here, you know what to do. You DCA. You don't put all your money anyway. So if you bought, let's say you bought one Bitcoin at 30K, and then another one Bitcoin at 20K, and then when it went to say 10K, you bought 2-3 Bitcoins. So you will average out the price. Everything is long term to invest and grow your money. Right. So a lot of patience is required. Even though everybody keeps saying crypto is highly volatile, you make money only in the long-term charts. Right. I'm happy to take any questions. I was targeting only 1 hour, but I've spent 1.5 hours with you guys. We start a little bit late, but anyways, if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. I will take a couple of questions, and then I will be able to end it. And hopefully the recording will be available. I can share it later. So any questions from you guys? Right. Okay. So if there's no questions, I will stop the recording and I'll stop the session. So I wish you all the best in making money.